Dear students, after completing AIDS, let us discuss about the next disease, that is cancer. Now, just like AIDS, cancer is also one of the most dreadful disease that the mankind is surviving. The cancer is being responsible for large number of deaths every year. So it is responsible for millions of deaths occurring every year, that is just due to the disease, that is cancer. Cancer is a non-infectious disease. This disease is not transmitted from one person to another. Cancer. In our body, let us discuss about that what happens during cancer. In our body, the growth and differentiation of the cells is highly controlled and regulated. In the previous classes, you might have studied about the property of cell division. That the cell division is a very regulated process. A cell undergoes different phases before it completes its division. Therefore, cell division is a controlled and a regulated process in which we have studied that a human cell requires 24 hours in order to just divide once. So, a normal cell is having this regulated process, but the cancer cells, in the cancerous cells, there is breakdown of this regulation. That is, the property of growth and the property of differentiation is not regulated in the cancerous cells. As it is not regulated, these cells keep on undergo differentiation and they keep on undergoing division. And therefore, they form masses of cells which are known as tumors. A normal cell has a property of contact inhibition. A normal cell has a property of contact inhibition. Contact inhibition means the cell which is in the contact of the neighboring cell will not allow the neighboring cell to divide abruptly or irregularly. It will allow only regulated division of the neighboring cell. मतलब नॉर्मल जो सेल्स होते हैं उनमें एक प्रॉपर्टी होती है जिसे कहते हैं कॉन्टैक्ट इनहिबिशन. मतलब जब तक वो एक सेल दूसरे सेल के कॉन्टैक्ट में है तब तक ये जो नेबरिंग सेल है उसका डिवीजन कैसा रहता है, रेगुलेटेड रहता है और वो रैंडमली डिवाइड नहीं होता. पर जो कैंसरस सेल्स होते हैं उनमें समहाउ ये प्रॉपर्टी नहीं देखने को मिलती. मतलब कैंसरस सेल्स में कॉन्टैक्ट इनहिबिशन की प्रॉपर्टी देखने को नहीं मिलती. कॉन्टैक्ट इनहिबिशन नहीं होता तो क्या होगा, तो नेबरिंग सेल रैंडमली डिवाइड करने लगेगा. रैंडमली डिवाइड और डिफरेंशिएट होने की वजह से that neighboring cell is going to divide and produce a mass of cell. It is going to give rise to the mass of the cell. And this masses or clumps of the cell are known as the tumors. इसीलिए कैंसर जो होता है वो कैसे रिकॉग्नाइज होता है, बाय masses of cells that have formed and that mass of cells is referred as the tumor. ये जो ट्यूमर होता है वो दो तरह का होता है. One is benign tumor and one is malignant tumor. Benign tumor मतलब ऐसा ट्यूमर, मतलब ऐसा मास ऑफ सेल विच रिमेन्स कन्फाइंड टू वन लोकेशन. मतलब वो एक ही ओरिजिनल लोकेशन पे कन्फाइंड रहेगा और वो दूसरी जगह पे स्प्रेड होगा नहीं. मतलब एक ही जगह पे, जिस जगह पे कैंसरस सेल्स मतलब जिस जगह पे ट्यूमर फॉर्म हुआ है, the tumor is going to stick at the same place and it is not going to circulate into your body. और जब ये दूसरी जगह पे सर्कुलेट नहीं होता तो इन्फेक्शन दूसरी जगह पे स्प्रेड होने वाला नहीं है. इसीलिए बेनिग्न ट्यूमर जो होते हैं दे कॉज अ वेरी लिटल डैमेज. इवन समटाइम्स यू माइट हैव हर्ड that a small part of the body is being removed. A part of the body where these tumor cells are present, that region is being removed and therefore the tumor cells have not spread to any other place. But more dreadful are the malignant tumors. Malignant tumors मतलब ऐसे mass of cells जो एक जगह पे तो ग्रो हो ही रहे हैं, but cells will flow in your blood, flow in the tissue fluids, proliferate, divide and even get attached to other locations. मतलब वो आपके बॉडी में ट्रैवल कर रहे हैं फ्रॉम वन प्लेस टू अनदर, प्रोलिफरेटिंग सेल्स हैं, और ऐसे ट्यूमर्स को कहते हैं नियोप्लास्टिक ट्यूमर सेल्स। मतलब नियोप्लास्टिक इज द प्रॉपर्टी इन विच अ मास ऑफ सेल्स मूव्स अलोंग विद द ब्लड एंड इन्फेक्ट्स एन अनदर प्लेस इन द बॉडी ऑल्सो। Such type of tumors, they grow very rapidly. They invade and damage even the surrounding normal tissue. मतलब दूसरी जगह पे जहाँ पे इन्फेक्शन नहीं था, अनकंट्रोल्ड सेल डिविजन नहीं था, उस जगह पे भी ये ट्यूमर सेल्स जाके they will induce, invade and start getting divided at another location also, and therefore causing more serious ill effects to the person. मेलिग्नेंट ट्यूमर्स जो होते हैं वो ज्यादा डेंजरस होते हैं क्योंकि सेल्स एक जगह से दूसरी जगह डिवाइड होते होते प्रोलिफरेट हो रहे हैं, जबकि बेनिग्न ट्यूमर्स जो होते हैं वो एक ही जगह पे कन्फाइंड नंबर ऑफ सेल्स हैं और इसकी वजह से वो ज्यादा डैमेज कर पाते नहीं है। So as we said that there are two types of tumors, benign tumors and malignant tumors. Benign tumors were the one which were steady at one location, that is they are not going to circulate in the body and therefore they are less fatal and the disease will not spread in the case of benign tumor. If a person is having a malignant tumors in which the sum of the cells are going to move out of their tumor, travel in the blood and are going to invade at a new location. Whatever new location they invade, they will again form a mass of tumor cells in that next location and therefore it is considered to be more dreadful. So here, in the case of malignant tumor, some of the cells will slough off, that is they are going to slide off from such the tumor and reach the distant sites through the blood. So these some of the tumor cells are going to slough off from that tumor site and travel in the blood, and through traveling in the blood they will invade at some new location at a distant site which is away from the site where the cancerous cells had started their division. Wherever they get lodged in the body, they start a new tumor there. So these cells, wherever they are going to invade at that new location, they are again going to form a mass of cells, that is the tumor. Such a property of cancerous cells is known as metastasis, and metastasis is considered to be the most dreadful property of the cancerous cells. The property in which the cells slough off from the location, move to a new location and then invade in that new location and form a tumor at a new place. This property of the cancerous cells is known as the metastasis. Let us now talk about what are the causes of cancer. Causes of cancer. Now cancer is a condition in which the normal cells are transformed into cancerous cells. मतलब जो नॉर्मल सेल्स हैं वो चेंज होके फॉर्म हो जाते हैं क्या, कैंसरस सेल्स, जो होता है नियोप्लास्टिक ट्यूमर। तो ये जो कैंसरस सेल्स फॉर्म होने की प्रॉपर्टी है ये किन फैक्टर्स की वजह से हो सकती है? दीज फैक्टर्स कैन बी फिजिकल, दीज फैक्टर्स कैन बी केमिकल और दे कैन ऑल्सो बी बायोलॉजिकल। सो देयर कैन बी एनी ऑफ द रीजंस। फिजिकल एजेंट्स भी हो सकते हैं, केमिकल एजेंट्स भी हो सकते हैं और बायोलॉजिकल एजेंट्स भी हो सकते हैं जो एक नॉर्मल सेल को कैंसरस सेल में कन्वर्ट कर देता है। तो ऐसे जो एजेंट्स होते हैं जो नॉर्मल सेल को कैंसरस सेल में कन्वर्ट करते हैं, इन एजेंट्स को हम कहते हैं कार्सिनोजेंस। The substances which are responsible for transforming a normal cell to a cancerous one are known as carcinogens. तो पहले हम एग्जाम्पल देख लेते हैं कि what can be the physical carcinogens. फिजिकल एजेंट्स कौन से हो सकते हैं? तो फिजिकल एजेंट्स जो होते हैं वो होते हैं हमारे आयोनाइजिंग और नॉन आयोनाइजिंग रेडिएशंस। रेडिएशंस जैसे कि एक्सरेज और गामा रेज, एज वेल एज नॉन आयोनाइजिंग रेडिएशंस लाइक अल्ट्रावायलेट रेज। ये जो रेज होते हैं वो हमारे डीएनए को डैमेज करते हैं और डीएनए को डैमेज करने की वजह से वो जो नॉर्मल सेल है वो ट्रांसफॉर्म हो जाता है इनटू अ नियोप्लास्टिक ट्यूमर। मतलब in some conditions it can happen that regular exposure to ultraviolet radiations may convert a normal cell to a cancerous one, and this might result into the tumor. So there can be some people are having cancer without having any of the use of tobacco or without using any of such alcoholic products or anything, but still they suffer from cancer. So it can happen that the ionizing and non-ionizing radiations may be responsible for the cancer and changing a normal cell to a cancerous one. The another agents are the chemical carcinogens. केमिकल कार्सिनोजेंस मतलब ऐसे केमिकल सब्सटेंसेस होते हैं जो एक नॉर्मल सेल को कैंसरस सेल में कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं। और ऐसे केमिकल सब्सटेंसेस का सबसे कॉमन एग्जांपल हमने जो अभी तक सुना है वो है टोबैको एंड स्मोक। टोबैको स्मोक जो होता है दैट इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर लंग कैंसर। टोबैको जो होता है उसमें ऐसे कार्सिनोजिक सब्सटेंसेस होते हैं विच विल बी रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर टर्निंग अ नॉर्मल सेल टू अ कैंसरस वन। The third are the biological agents. कई ऐसे वायरसेस भी होते हैं जो कैंसर कॉज करते हैं। ये वायरसेस के पास वायरल जीन्स होते हैं जिन्हें कहते हैं कैंसर कॉजिंग जीन्स, और यू कैन से ऑन्कोजेनिक वायरसेस। वायरसेस विच कॉजेस कैंसर आर नोन एज द ऑन्कोजेनिक वायरसेस। ऑन्कोजेनिक वायरसेस जो होते हैं उनमें वायरल ऑन्कोजीन्स होते हैं, और ये वायरल ऑन्कोजीन्स जो होते हैं वो नॉर्मल सेल को कैंसरस सेल में कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं। हमारे सेल में भी एक इनहिबिटेड फॉर्म में नॉर्मल ऑन्कोजीन्स होते हैं जिन्हें हम कहते हैं प्रोटो ऑन्कोजीन्स। ये प्रोटो ऑन्कोजीन्स हम सब में होते हैं पर वो इनएक्टिव होते हैं। पर कई ऐसे कंडीशंस है जैसे कि मैंने कहा अल्ट्रावायलेट रेडिएशंस है या एक्सरेज हैं या तो फिर कोई वायरस है, इन सब की वजह से वो नॉर्मल जो ऑन्कोजीन्स होते हैं मतलब जो कैंसर कॉजिंग जीन्स थे पर इनहिबिटेड फॉर्म में थे जिन्हें हमने कहा प्रोटो ऑन्कोजीन्स, वो कन्वर्ट हो जाते हैं इनटू ऑन्कोजीन्स। तो ऐसी कोई रेयर कंडीशन भी होती है जिसमें नॉर्मल प्रोटो ऑन्कोजीन्स गेट कन्वर्ट टू ऑन्कोजीन्स, एंड एज दे फॉर्म द ऑन्कोजीन्स they are responsible for causing cancer. Next we will look upon how is cancer being detected, that is diagnosis of the cancer. Let us now talk about the diagnosis of the cancer, that how can the cancer detected and how can it be diagnosed. Now it is very important that cancer is being detected at proper stage. If it is being detected at proper stage, it is possible that the treatment of the cancer can be done. We know that the treatment of cancer is difficult, but if the cancer is detected at the early stages, it can be treated. So early detection is essential for the treatment. Detection is based on, now on what basis is the detection done? So for detection, either biopsy and histopathological studies of the tissues or the blood or the bone marrow test is being done. For detecting the cancer, for example, if a person is having a cancer of the respiratory passage, then a small tissue from the respiratory passage can be taken, and histopathological test means studying the histology of that particular tissue can be helpful in detecting that whether it is different from the normal tissue or it is having the same characters as the normal tissue, that can be detected. This can be done for tissues, it can be done for blood, and it can be done even in the bone marrow in the case of increased cell count in the case like leukemia. So if a person is suffering from blood cancer, obviously the number of cells, white blood cells are going to increase. So detecting the pathology of the blood sample or detecting the histopathology of the bone marrow or a tissue can be helpful in detecting the cancer. In the case of biopsy, let us first consider the treatment or detection of the cancer by biopsy. Biopsy is a method in which a piece of suspected tissue, means the tissue where the doctor thinks that you are having cancer of your digestive tract or you are having a cancer of the urinary bladder or any such structure. So that particular small tissue is being taken, or if we are having cancer of the oral cavity, then a small tissue from the oral cavity is being taken and this is cut into thin sections. After cutting it into thin sections, what can be done is it will be stained. So proper staining agents are used and then after it is observed in the microscope. So we take a tissue, we cut it into small pieces and then a very thin section of this tissue is being studied in the microscope. So when this tissue is being studied, you can understand that whether it is a normal tissue or whether it has some changes from the normal tissue, which can conclude that whether the person is having cancer or not. Other important techniques which are used on a very large scale are radiography techniques, which uses X-rays, CT scan, which is computed tomography, and the third one is MRI, magnetic resonance imaging. So three such very common techniques are used if a person is having cancer of some internal organ. So if a person is having cancer of some internal organ in which normal biopsy is not possible, in that case the doctor can go for any of the treatments like radiography, any of the detection methods like radiography, CT scan and MRI. These can detect the cancer of the internal organs. The CT scan. The CT scan is a technique which is called computed tomography, which takes a three-dimensional image of your internal organ. So it is an instrument which will be recognizing your three-dimensional image of the internal organs. So if any organ is having some changes, the doctor or the person with these skills will be able to identify that whether it is normal or not. In the MRI, that is magnetic resonance imaging, strong magnetic fields and non-ionizing radiations are used. Magnetic field and non-ionizing radiations are useful for detecting any pathological changes in the tissue. So if the person is having any of the pathological changes, any of the changes in the tissue, that can be detected by using MRI. The another method is using antibodies, because normally in cancer also, if the cancer is caused due to some antigen, then that antigen, against that antigen, your body is going to produce some antibodies. So detection of some specific antibody against cancer specific antigen can also be used as a technique. Because cancer कई बार क्या होता है, कार्सिनोजेनिक केमिकल सब्सटेंसेस की वजह से भी होता है. तो ऐसे सब्सटेंसेस जो है वो हमारी बॉडी एज एन एंटीजन रिकॉग्नाइज करके उसके सामने एंटीबॉडी प्रोड्यूस करती है. तो ऐसे एंटीबॉडीज अगर डिटेक्ट किए जाए तो भी कैंसर का डिटेक्शन अर्ली स्टेजेस पे हो सकता है. Another is use of molecular biology techniques. The molecular biology techniques are useful for detecting the genes. Detecting the genes for inherited susceptibility of cancer. मतलब कोई अगर एक इंडिविजुअल में कैंसर है तो what is the probability of the next generation having the cancer? That can be studied by molecular biology. And if a person is knowing that there are certain genes which are being carried forward from a parent to the offspring, then proper preventive measures can be taken earlier before the next generation gets suffered from cancer. तो ऐसे इस जीन्स को डिटेक्ट करने से ये पहचाना जा सकता है कि ये जीन्स जो है वो आगे इनहेरिट होके नेक्स्ट जनरेशन में कैंसर कॉज करेंगे या नहीं, और अगर करने वाले हैं तो सच इंडिविजुअल्स विल बी मेड टू स्टे अवे फ्रॉम एनी ऑफ द कार्सिनोजिक एजेंट्स. But for staying away from carcinogenic agents, at least one should be aware that there is a possibility of cancer to occur. So these all are methods for detection of the cancer. You can see that there is a simple test like biopsy can be done. Another method is use of advanced techniques. Advanced techniques like use of radiography, use of computed tomography or MRI can be done to detect the cancer. Lastly, detection can be done by using some antibodies, as well as detection can be done by studying proper genetic analysis through the molecular biology. The common approaches for the treatment of the cancer are as surgery, radiation therapy and immunotherapy. So students, here we are discussing that after diagnosis of the cancer, how will the treatment of cancer be possible? So for the treatment of the cancer, three very common approaches is for going under a surgery. You can also opt for radiation therapy, or the third one is immunotherapy. Now let us talk about that what happens during radiotherapy. We already know that in surgery, a part of that our body which is having the cancer, that is a benign tumor, it can be removed. So that is surgery. Okay. So let us discuss about radiotherapy. So in radiotherapy, the cells which are tumor cells, these tumor cells are irradiated lethally. That is, with the help of lethal radiations, these tumor cells are irradiated. The tumor cells are irradiated with the radiations, due to which the tumor cells will be killed. The care is taken that the nearby surrounding cells, which are the healthy cells, are not affected. So care is taken that the surrounding cells will remain protected and only the tumor cells will be irradiated so that they can be killed. However, some amount of damage of the nearby cells is definitely going to occur in this technique. Another way is use of several chemotherapeutic drugs. There are several chemotherapeutic drugs which are being given to the patient suffering from cancer, and these chemotherapeutic drugs are responsible for killing the cancerous cells. Majority of the drugs are having side effects. That is, chemotherapy is essential. Use of drugs to kill the cancerous cells is a very common practice. But some of the side effects of it observed are loss of hair as well as anemia. That is, person will be feeling very tired, energy level will be very low, blood count will decrease, hair loss. These all symptoms are commonly associated with use of chemotherapeutic drugs. So mostly in the cancer, not just one method is used, but it is a combination of also surgery, radiotherapy as well as chemotherapy. That is, medicines are also used, radiation therapy is also given, as well as surgeries are done. So combination of these three things help in the treatment of the cancer up to certain extent. These patients are given, sometimes the patients are given the substances which are known as biological response modifiers. कई बार पेशेंट्स को सब्सटेंस मतलब मेडिसिन दिए जाते हैं और इन मेडिसिन को क्या कहते हैं, बायोलॉजिकल रिस्पॉन्स मॉडिफायर्स. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अल्फा इंटरफेरोनिक ऐसा ही एग्जाम्पल है. तो अल्फा इंटरफेरॉन जो दिया जाता है वो क्या करता है, वो आपके इम्यून सिस्टम को एक्टिवेट करता है और इम्यून सिस्टम को, इम्यून रिस्पॉन्स को एक्टिव करने पर व्हाट विल हैपन, इट विल हेल्प इन डिस्ट्रॉइंग द ट्यूमर सेल्स. तो वो किस में आ जाता है, इम्यूनोथेरेपी. Immunotherapy is using such medicines or using such substances that are going to boost up your immune system. And as they are going to boost up your immune system, the tumor cells are going to be killed up by the activity of the immune cells. However, 100% assurity is not found in these techniques. If it is a benign tumor, it can be easily removed. But if it is a malignant tumor, then all these techniques are also difficult to remove the cancer or the tumorous cells.